Alright, hello all you Sawyer Knights out there. This is basically going to be my review video for Avengers Infinity War. It's been out for about a week or so now, so I figured most people that really wanted to see it have probably seen it by now. And I will be giving out spoilers for the entire movie, so if you don't want to be spoiled for this movie, you should probably leave. You should still like the video, but you should probably leave after you like the video. So yes, Avengers Infinity War. What can I really say about this movie that hasn't been said or that people don't know? I mean, we all knew it was going to be super ambitious. It was going to be super crazy, crammed full of characters and plots and stuff and action and funny moments. We all know that was all going to be in there. I think I was just really impressed by how well it was put together. I just didn't. In the back of my head, I kept thinking this would be the movie that would push the limit of what Marvel could do and like how much people could take. Like I was really thinking that this would be the movie that just doesn't live up to the hype, and it for the most part it lives up to the hype. There's a few nitpick things you could say that's wrong with it, but really honestly and truly that's really just being petty, and you should just enjoy the movie because it is a pretty awesome movie. If you're into action, if you're into superhero stuff, you're gonna love this movie. I mean, it's just simple as that. Yeah, there were some characters that didn't get to be in the movie as much as art at all. You know, Ant-Man, Hawkeye. Those are two characters I would have loved to see in the movie because I like those characters. But you do what you do. They're both characters that also wouldn't really have fit as well in the story. I mean, yes, Black Widow was in the movie, and yes, Captain America and Bucky played parts in the movie, but I don't know. I just feel like just losing those two minor power level characters didn't really affect the story that much. Overall, it was really cool. I mean, it was also kind of agitating not to see certain characters meet at all. Like we got some really cool group team ups that I've always wanted to see, but we also got some that we didn't get to see, and hopefully they'll do that in the next movie. But I understand that there wasn't enough time, and you had to kind of split the movie into multiple, parts with multiple characters doing multiple things. I understand that, but it was just I kind of wanted to see Captain America and Iron Man meet up again and kind of at least acknowledge each other. It would have been nice to see Star Lord and maybe Captain America meet each other. Star Lord would be like, "Hey, you're that guy from the World War II or whatever." That'd been kind of funny, but no, they didn't do that. Um, Also, Doctor Strange didn't get to meet, like, let's say, Doctor Strange didn't get to meet, Rocket or something. It would have been cool to see some of these combos. But we did get to see some really cool combos. We got to see Doctor Strange and Iron Man, which was really a fun one. I love how they're just bickering about each other and they're both being arrogant to each other. That was fun. Um, it's kind of like that man of faith, man of science kind of thing. It was really interesting, even though Doctor Strange is kind of a man of science too, but it's whatever. Uh, Seeing Rocket Raccoon and Winter Soldier was one of my favorite things about the movie. Just seeing them Winter Soldier picks him up and he's on his shoulder. That was awesome. I love that scene. Just seeing Thor, Groot, and Rocket just teleport right in the middle of Wakanda during a giant war, and just that moment was so epic because just a hammer comes out of nowhere, the axe comes out of nowhere, and just takes everybody out. That was really fun. All the stuff in Wakanda was really interesting. I love the battle chant. I love everybody coming together to have this one last stand to protect the last Infinity Stone. I like the sub storyline with Vision. Having to Vision wanted them just to kill him, but Captain America's like, we don't trade a life for a life. That was really good. I love that. And yeah, it was just really all that stuff was great. It was really interesting to see how that all played out, and seeing like different characters was just really fun. And all the storylines felt like all the different storylines really felt like they mattered. It felt like they were doing something. Like Thor's storyline paid off whenever he finally got the axe. That was cool. I love how we got there with him like almost sacrificing himself, with Groot cutting his arm off to use as a handle. That was actually epic, by the way. That was so badass. And just, we even got a little bit of character growth for like Rocket. Rocket kind of had to like man up and try to give Thor, a pep talk. It didn't really work, I don't think, but it was still good. All that line delivery with Thor talking about how, if I fail, there's nothing there's no repercussions because there's nothing left for me to lose. I love that. That was a good line. That was really good. And then seeing this stuff on the other side of the spectrum with, with the Guardians was really cool. Seeing like Gamora, trying to kill herself because she would rather die than let Thanos, take over was really cool. Even seeing Peter having to finally decide that he was going to kill her in order to save the universe was really cool. It doesn't work that way, but yeah. Um, and just, we got to see so many characters die in so many different ways. It was ridiculous, guys. Like, seeing Drax get turned to bricks, in that one part, even though it wasn't real, but, and then, and Mantis gets like dropped into like salami looking things. That was really cool. The visuals for like Thanos' powers are really cool. I love the visuals for the Reality Stone. Those are really cool. And I feel like even with the Reality Stone, he really didn't even need anything else. Like the Reality Stone was powerful enough to me, but then the Time Stone was like, ooh, crazy. Thanos was awesome. I mean, I don't really need to talk about Thanos because he is just awesome. Way better than I thought they were gonna do. He had some great monologues. He had some great, range of emotions. Seeing them cry, seeing them, be proud. All these different things that I wasn't really expecting to see from Thanos. They really did a good job establishing his relationship with Gamora and I can't think of the other girl's name, the sister. That was interesting. Seeing how he favors Gamora over her, that was really good. It was just, and that moment. Well, I'm gonna get too ahead of myself, but yeah, it was really cool. Him being really badass, just fighting everybody. That was cool. Every time you walked into the room, you just felt a presence, such a strong presence. I really liked the stuff. Oh, and my favorite reveal of the whole movie, guys. Probably one of my favorite things about the movie was the Red Skull. I've been waiting for that guy to come back for so long. Ever since the first Captain America movie, I was like, Red Skull's not dead. My friends would tell me he was dead. He got vaporized. I'm like, no, he didn't get vaporized. He got teleported, obviously. But they didn't believe me, and I was like, yeah, he got teleported, guys. He's somewhere in the cosmos, or he's trapped in the cube or something. And they finally revealed it. It was cool. Now I thought he might have been. At first, I thought he was going to be Death, Lady Death, because Lady Death is an iconic, character from the comic books, and she has like a hood and all that like that, or like a cloak. But then they revealed Red Skull, and it was kind of cool. It was really interesting to see. And he had some great lines, just the way his entire character has changed, like how now he's a servant to the Infinity Stone instead of its ruler. I think that was a really cool development. And the whole scene where he's telling Thanos you get to sacrifice something, and that was really cool. That was really emotional, really strong scene. There was just so many good things, like the characters that stood out the most, I think, to me were Peter. Peter Quill really stood out a lot. Like they really worked on his character a lot in this movie, and he was, he's a quirky badass, but they still gave him some really touching moments, especially after he finds out Gamora's dead. Iron Man was actually really well established in the movie. Like he did a good job of really showcasing him, because this is what he's been worried about forever. Like this is why he made Ultron. This is his end game that he's been worried about forever. Doctor Strange was very well done. Really kind of stepped him up a little bit. We got to see more of his powers. And of course, Captain America. I feel like Captain America was actually underutilized in the movie, but he's a kind of a character that you can't really. He's the kind of character that really doesn't have that much to do in this kind of story, because his power level is so different. Like the best thing they could have did with him is what they did with him. Have him stand up to Thanos, even though he has no way to stop Thanos. Just being Captain America, he's never going to back down to a bully or enemy, no matter how more powerful they are. It's just a reflection of the first movie where he's like, I can do this all day, and it's just a reflection, of how he doesn't let someone's power or size dictate, the fight. He's always going to fight, and that's why we like him. So yeah, they did everything they could with, I think, Captain America in the movie to make him really represent it. But I kind of would have liked to see a little bit more of him, but it was okay. Black Panther wasn't that represented, even though the fight in his country is a big part of the movie, but he wasn't really represented that much. And it's fine. You can't represent everybody in a movie like this, not with like 20 plus cast members. So overall, this video has kind of been dragging. So overall, my final thoughts: special effects were amazing. Fight scenes were incredible. So many unique fight scenes, cool fight scenes. especially with the Maul. Is that how you say his name? The guy that with telekinesis. He was really cool. I enjoyed all the fight scenes with him in the beginning. You know, like fighting in New York, fighting on the ship. That was really cool. Uh, the character development was good. The story was really strong. And yeah, overall it was a great movie, and it was so awesome, so chilling to watch the sunset with or rise, I forget, with Thanos at the end of the movie, realizing that he wins. It's just the best thing when you realize that he gets exactly what he wanted in the movie. And seeing everybody vaporize is pretty crazy. Even though I know they're not dead, I know they're not dead. They can't be dead because Black Panther still got more movies to make. Spider-Man's got more movies. Come on, guys. You're not fooling anyone with that ending. Yes, it's still emotional for the people who got emotional for it. Yes, it still kind of has some. It has some shock value. It's well done. It's well showcased. But it's kind of hard to really feel for it, for me anyway, because I know it's not real. I know they're gonna find a way. They're gonna find a way to reverse it. Use time stone, go back in time, to rewrite history, something. They're gonna do something. Um, so yeah, our fan theory. This could all just be one of the realities that Doctor Strange went and saw, and then we see at the very beginning of the movie that Doctor Strange is like, oh, that's what we don't do. That would be a huge cop out. Hopefully they don't do that, but that would be a fun little fan theories or video that somebody can make that happen and give me credit for it. Yeah. But overall, guys, I really enjoyed this movie. I think it was a great movie. Great fan service. It's everybody that loves Marvel and superheroes, they're in it. And yeah, see you guys later. And oh shit, what? No, no, mother.